If you want to live longer, have more energy, and protect your body from serious diseases, stay until the end of this video. Let's get started. Let me tell you a real story that will shock you. In 2019, researchers at the University of Guelph in Canada made an amazing discovery. They tested over 100 different types of fruits and vegetables to measure their antioxidant powers. Guess which vegetable ranked in the top 5, surpassing even blueberries and spinach? Exactly, the red onion. But here's what's most surprising. Most people only use a tiny bit as seasoning, when they should be eating at least half an onion per day. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly why this bright purple vegetable might be the best investment you'll make in your health. And no, you won't need to eat raw onions. I'll give you practical and delicious tips to include them in your routine. What makes red onions special? First, let's understand what makes red onions so special compared to regular onions. The difference isn't just in the color, it's in the powerful chemistry happening inside them. Red onions contain something called anthocyanins. These are the same substances that give color to blueberries, blackberries, and red wine. But here's the secret. Red onions have an anthocyanin concentration up to 3 times higher than many famous red fruits. To give you an idea, 1 medium red onion contains more antioxidants than 2 cups of green tea or 3 apples combined. And the best part? It costs a fraction of the price of those other foods considered super healthy. But antioxidants are just the beginning of the story. Red onions are also rich in sulfur compounds, yes, the same ones that make you cry when you cut an onion. And these compounds, which may seem irritating, are actually some of your health's greatest allies. When you cut a red onion, it releases allicin, quercetin, and over 50 different bioactive compounds. Each of these compounds has medicinal properties proven by science. It's like having an entire natural pharmacy in a single vegetable. And now you'll discover exactly how these compounds can transform your health in ways you never imagined. Cardiovascular benefits. Let's start with your heart, the most important muscle in your body. Red onions are like a personal trainer for your cardiovascular system, and I'll explain exactly why. In 2015, a study published in the British Journal of Nutrition followed 2,000 people for 5 years. Those who consumed red onions regularly had 32% less risk of developing heart disease. That's more effective than many medications. But how does this work? The quercetin present in red onions acts as a natural vasodilator. This means it relaxes your arteries, allowing blood to flow more easily. It's like switching from a cramped garden hose to a highway for your blood. And there's more. Red onions literally clean your arteries. Sulfur compounds prevent bad cholesterol from depositing on your artery walls. A study from the University of Hong Kong showed that people who eat red onions daily have LDL cholesterol levels 15% lower. For those with high blood pressure, here's information that could change your life. Red onions contain abundant potassium and compounds that relax blood vessels. Research shows that consuming half a red onion daily can reduce blood pressure by up to 10 points, that's equivalent to some hypertension medications. But if you thought the heart benefits were already impressive, wait until you discover what red onions can do for your immune system. Immune system strengthening. Imagine having a personal army protecting you against viruses, bacteria, and diseases 24 hours a day. That's exactly what red onions do for your immune system. Red onions contain compounds that are true warriors against dangerous microorganisms. Allicin, for example, is so powerful it can eliminate antibiotic-resistant bacteria. During the 1918 flu pandemic, French doctors noticed that onion plantation workers rarely got sick. A recent study from Cornell University tested red onion extracts against 15 different types of harmful bacteria, including E. coli and Salmonella. The result? Red onions eliminated 99.9% of bacteria in less than 1 hour. Here's something that will surprise you. 1 medium red onion contains more vitamin C than an orange. Yes, you heard that right. While everyone runs after expensive vitamin C supplements, the answer was right there in the grocery store's vegetable section. But what makes red onions even more special is that they don't just fight invaders, they train your immune system to become stronger. Antioxidants help your defense cells function better and longer. It's like giving your body's software an upgrade. And if you suffer from respiratory problems, here's good news: red onions are a natural decongestant. They help clear your airways and reduce lung inflammation. Many traditional cultures have used onions as natural remedies for coughs and colds for thousands of years, and modern science has proven they were right. Brain and memory benefits. Now let's talk about something that interests all of us: keeping our brain young and our memory sharp. red onions might be the most underestimated food for brain health. The anthocyanins in red onions have a special ability: they can cross the blood-brain barrier. This is important because it means these powerful antioxidants reach your brain directly, protecting your nerve cells from aging and damage. Researchers at the University of California conducted a fascinating experiment. They gave red onion extracts to people with mild memory problems for 12 weeks. The result? Significant improvement in the ability to learn new information and remember important details. But perhaps most impressive is red onion's potential in preventing neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. A longitudinal study that followed 15,000 people for 20 years showed that those who consumed onions regularly had a 50% lower chance of developing dementia. How does this work? Quercetin in red onions prevents the formation of beta amyloid plaques. These are the dirt that accumulates in the brains of people with Alzheimer's. It's like having a molecular janitor working 24 hours a day in your brain. And here's a bonus few people know about: red onions can improve your mood. They contain compounds that increase serotonin production, the happiness hormone. Some nutritionists call red onions a natural antidepressant. Blood sugar control and diabetes: if you have diabetes or prediabetes, or simply want to keep your blood sugar stable, this next information could be a game changer in your life. Red onions contain a compound called GPCS, gamma-L-glutamyl trans S1-propanol L-cysteine. This complicated name hides incredible power. This compound works similarly to insulin, helping your cells absorb glucose from the blood more efficiently. A controlled study published in the Journal of Nutritional Science followed 84 type 2 diabetics for 3 months. Half the group added 100 grams of raw red onions to their daily diet. The results were surprising: average reduction of 40 mg/dl in fasting glucose and 23% improvement in glycated hemoglobin. But how does this happen in your body? Red onions do 2 important things. First, they slow sugar absorption in the intestine, preventing glycemic spikes after meals. Second, they improve insulin sensitivity, making your body use sugar more efficiently. And even if you don't have diabetes, keeping blood sugar stable brings enormous benefits: more energy throughout the day, less hunger between meals, better sleep quality, and lower risk of developing diabetes in the future. To get an idea of red onion's power, some studies show they can be as effective as mild diabetes medications in reducing glucose. Obviously, never replace medications without talking to your doctor, but it's impressive to know that a natural food can have this power. Anti-cancer properties. Now let's address a serious topic, but with information that brings hope: red onion's potential in preventing and fighting cancer. The United States National Cancer Institute classifies onions as foods with probable evidence of anti-cancer properties. This isn't speculation, it's decades of serious research showing consistent results. Red onions attack cancer in several ways simultaneously. Sulfur compounds induce apoptosis. This means they make cancer cells self-destruct. Anthocyanins prevent angiogenesis, the process by which tumors create new blood vessels to feed themselves. And quercetin protects cellular DNA from mutations that can lead to cancer. Specific studies show impressive results. People who consume onions regularly have 56% less risk of colorectal cancer, 43% less risk of ovarian cancer, and 38% less risk of stomach cancer. A French study with 345,000 participants confirmed these numbers over 10 years of follow-up. And here's something fascinating: when you combine red onions with other foods like garlic, tomatoes, and broccoli, the anti-cancer effect multiplies. Scientists call this food synergy. It's like forming a team of superheroes against cancer. Remember, prevention is always better than treatment. Including red onions in your daily diet is one of the simplest and cheapest ways to create natural defense against one of the diseases that worry people most today. Skin and hair benefits. Did you know that red onions can be your best ally for radiant skin and strong hair? Many people spend fortunes on beauty products, ignoring that the solution might be in the kitchen. The antioxidants in red onions are like natural Botox for your skin. They fight free radicals that cause wrinkles, spots, and sagging. Vitamin C stimulates collagen production, the protein that keeps your skin firm and young. A dermatological study showed that people who consume foods rich in quercetin, like red onions, look 5 to 7 years younger than their chronological age. That's better results than many expensive anti-aging creams. For hair, red onions are a real treasure. They're rich in sulfur, an essential mineral for keratin production, the protein that forms your strands. Many people report stronger, shinier hair with accelerated growth after including red onions in their diet. And here's a bonus tip: You can use red onion juice directly on your scalp. Research shows this can stimulate hair growth in people with baldness. Onion juice increases blood circulation in the scalp and provides nutrients directly to hair follicles. Red onions also help with skin problems like acne, eczema, and psoriasis. Their anti-inflammatory properties calm irritations and accelerate healing. It's like having a natural dermatologist working from the inside out. How to include in daily diet? Now that you know all these incredible benefits, let's get to what really matters: how to include red onions in your daily routine practically and deliciously. First, the quantity. Studies show that half a medium red onion daily, about 100 grams, is enough to obtain all the benefits we mentioned. This might seem like a lot, but I'll show you how it's easier than you imagine. The simplest way is in salads. Raw red onions keep all bioactive compounds intact. Cut into thin slices and soak in ice water for 10 minutes to reduce the strong flavor. This removes the bite but maintains the benefits. Try this combination: red onions, cherry tomatoes, cucumber, olives, and white cheese. Season with olive oil, lemon, and herbs. It's tasty, nutritious, and you consume a good amount of onions without even noticing. If you don't like raw onions, you can sauté them lightly. The secret is not to overcook. 2 to 3 minutes on the heat are enough. Add at the end of preparing omelets, risottos, pasta, and meats. For the more adventurous, a small piece of red onion in your morning detox juice. Mix with apple, ginger, and lemon. The sweet flavor of the apple perfectly balances the onion flavor. Make red onion pickles. It's easy: cut the onion, put in a jar with apple cider vinegar, a little salt and honey. In 2 hours you have a delicious accompaniment that lasts weeks in the refrigerator. And to avoid crying when cutting, put the onion in the refrigerator 30 minutes before, cut under running water, or chew gum while cutting. These tricks really work. Remember to combine with other powerful foods. Garlic multiplies antibacterial effect, tomatoes potentiates antioxidants, and olive oil improves fat-soluble vitamin absorption. Precautions and contraindications. Like any powerful food, red onions have some precautions you should know about. It's important to be responsible with your health. If you have a very sensitive stomach, irritable bowel syndrome, or severe gastroesophageal reflux, start with small amounts. Red onions can irritate an empty stomach in sensitive people. Special attention for those using anticoagulant medications like warfarin. Red onions can potentiate the effect of these medications. It's not an absolute contraindication, but talk to your doctor about the appropriate amount. If you have diabetes and use medication, monitor your glucose more frequently when you start consuming red onions regularly. Since they can reduce blood sugar, medication adjustment might be necessary, always with medical guidance. Although rare, some people may be allergic to onions. Symptoms include mouth itching, lip swelling, or breathing problems. If this happens, stop consumption and seek medical help. If you have scheduled surgery, stop consuming large amounts of red onions 2 weeks before. They can affect coagulation and interact with anesthetics. And remember, more isn't always better. Don't overdo it thinking you'll accelerate the benefits. Half an onion daily is ideal. More than that can cause unnecessary digestive discomfort. Myths and truths. Let's clarify some common myths about red onions that circulate out there. Myth: cooking destroys all benefits. False. Although raw onions are more potent, light cooking maintains about 70% of beneficial compounds. Some antioxidants even become more bioavailable with gentle cooking. Myth: red onions are much more expensive. False. In many markets, the price difference is minimal, sometimes less than 50 cents per pound. Considering the extra benefits, it's one of the best investments you can make in your health. Truth: red onions are superior to white ones. True. Red onions have 2 to 3 times more antioxidants than common white onions. The purple color indicates higher anthocyanin concentration, the most powerful compounds. Myth: you need to eat a lot to have an effect. False. Studies show significant benefits with just 100 grams daily, that's half a medium onion. You don't need to overdo it to get results. Truth: benefits are cumulative. True. Red onion effects accumulate over time. You might not feel a difference on the first day, but after a few weeks of regular consumption, benefits become evident. Myth: red onions cause terrible bad breath. Partially false. Yes, they can cause odor, but chewing parsley, mint, or drinking a glass of milk completely neutralizes the smell. And the odor is temporary, the benefits are permanent. Now you've discovered why red onions deserve to be called a superfood. Let's quickly recap the benefits that can transform your health. Protects your heart and reduces cholesterol by 15%, strengthens your immune system like a natural antibiotic, keeps your brain young and prevents dementia by 50%, controls blood sugar better than some medications, drastically reduces the risk of various types of cancer, makes your skin radiant and hair stronger, and all this for less than $2 a day. Now I want to make a challenge with you. Try including half a red onion in your daily diet for 30 days. It can be in salads, sautéed, juices, or however you prefer. In 1 month, you'll notice the difference in your energy, disposition, and overall well-being. And here's what I want you to do. Leave a comment telling how you plan to include red onions in your routine. Let's create a community of people committed to a healthier life. Your ideas and experiences can inspire thousands of other people. If this video opened your eyes to the power of red onions, give it a like so more people can discover this valuable information. And if you have friends or family who care about health, share this video. You might be helping someone transform their life. Want to discover other cheap superfoods that are hidden in your local grocery store? Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell, because every week I bring scientific information that can revolutionize your health without spending much money. Remember, your health is your most precious asset, and sometimes the most powerful solutions are also the simplest. Red onions have always been there, waiting for you to discover their potential. Now that you know, the choice is yours. Will you continue ignoring this gift from nature, or will you give it a chance to transform your life? Thank you for watching until the end. This shows you really care about your health. See you in the next video, and don't forget, your journey to a healthier life starts with a simple choice. Make your choice today. Until next time, and remember, health isn't luxury, it's necessity. And sometimes it costs just $2 at the corner grocery store.